Rotted Reviews, and today we continue on with Patron Appreciation Month as I thank those folks that have supported me above and beyond by reviewing whatever they throw my way as long as it's horror and as long as I haven't reviewed it before. And today's suggestion comes from Patron Tina Molina, who has suggested the 2015 movie The Final Girls. Now, this horror comedy was directed by Todd Strauss-Schulson, written by M.A. Fulton and Joshua John Miller. And in this movie, we're introduced to the teenage character of Max, who is played by Thaisa Formiga, and she is best friends with her mom, Amanda, played by Malin Ackerman. And her mom is actually a once upon a time scream queen, or at least a final girl. She is an actress that portrayed a final girl in an 80s camp slasher movie. But unfortunately, her mom has had trouble getting work ever since because of that typecasting, and she is struggling as an actress, but Max is right there in her corner, going with her to auditions, holding on to her headshots, so on and so forth, just generally being supportive. Unfortunately, tragedy strikes both of their lives in the form of a car crash that leaves Max orphaned and living with her aunt. And as the movie progresses through a confluence, or one might even say a series of unfortunate events, Max finds herself, along with several of her friends, actually inside the movie that her mom starred in, as they're trying to navigate this camp slasher reality, interacting with all of the characters that were there, including the character that Max's mom, Amanda, played.
Hey, do you guys know the way to Camp Bluefinch?
Now, I'm no stranger to meta deconstruction of slasher films. You Might Be the Killer, starring Fran Kranz, is a great one that I do recommend. I enjoyed that one thoroughly. But, when we have situations of a subgenre of horror that is so one-dimensional and yet so ubiquitous, it becomes an easy target for this kind of meta breakdown. We're watching Max and her friends, including a horror movie nerd, trying to learn the rules of this new world while also applying the rules of what they already know about horror movies and so on and so forth to try and keep everybody safe and keep the slasher at bay. And it provides a very funny contrast to the other characters in the movie that are totally oblivious to the situation and are just the stereotypical slasher, camper, counselor, whatever characters.
Who are they?
Oh, they're the new counselors. They're super nice.
We don't have new counselors.
Well, now we do. All right, guys, let's split off into groups and get busy.
Some great comedic performances, including Adam Devine as the stereotypical jock character and Thomas Middleditch as the aforementioned horror movie nerd. Now, I did like this movie, and I do recommend it. Just going to go ahead and say that now. However, I do want to caution folks that are looking for nothing more than an uproarious, laughter-filled good time, that this movie actually does take a lot of moments to pause, slow things down, and apply a lot of heart. The situation that Max is in, interacting with not her mother, but somebody that looks like her mother, is heartbreaking, and it takes that opportunity to really slow things down, evaluate the characters, let them go on their journey, both externally and internally.
I'm Nancy. What's your name?
Max.
And from a comedic standpoint, that actually creates some lulls. But what it also does is it creates some vibrancy in the characters, some real three-dimensional stuff that I was laughing throughout a lot of this movie, and then at some point, that transitioned into I was actually getting pretty misty with situations that were arising. I was experiencing a who's cutting the damned onion situation, and I was flabbergasted. I was like, where the hell did this come from? I thought I was just watching a straight-out comedy, but no, it actually managed to bring a lot of heart to it, and I think that those slow-down character development moments are what allowed that to happen. The deconstruction of slasher elements of this movie is pretty much front and center as the humorous aspect to it, and I would say that it works well enough. It's not the most intelligent take on it I've ever seen, but it sticks to its guns. It has its sense of humor about it. It's pretty much a machine gun style approach of humor of just spray and pray and hope that some of the jokes land, and most of them, I would say, did. And so for the fact that I did have a really good time with this one, and it did bring out some feels in me, and I actually wound up being way more connected to this movie than I actually anticipated, I would heartily recommend the 2015 movie, the final girls. Thank you very much, Tina, for bringing this one to my attention, and thank you for watching this video and supporting me. If you like this, please click like and subscribe. It helps me out way more than you know. Remember, next time you want to watch a horror movie, first make sure that it's good and rotted.